first of all, what inspired you to write the Sookie Stackhouse novels?
Well, I wanted to appeal to a wider reader base. I had been writing conventional mysteries for many years. They were selling all right, but not great, and I wanted to give my career a boost. I had reached the point where it was, do or die. So I cast all my ideas together into one book.
My next question is, who's your favorite character in the Sookie Stackhouse series besides Sookie?
Well, of course, Sookie is my favorite. I like writing all of them because they're all part of me. Pam is always fun to write. I really like her. There are other characters I really enjoy writing a lot. I liked writing Amelia Broadway a lot. They all have their pluses and minuses.
Fantastic. All right, our next question is, who's your favorite character in the True Blood series?
Oh my gosh, that's hardly fair.
You can name a few.
I know all the actors, and it's, with a few exceptions. And it would be really hard to pick when you know them personally. It's really hard to separate them from the character. But I love Jessica, and she's such a sweet young woman in person.
Well, thank you. Who's been your favorite casting choices that they've had on the True Blood series?
Oh, I think Nelson Ellis is just brilliant as Lafayette. He's such a talented guy.
And what are your thoughts on Alexander Skarsgård being casted as Eric Northman?
Alexander is very charismatic. He appeals to a lot of people, both male and female, and he is really a gifted actor, so I'm delighted.
Fantastic. Thank you. The next question we have is, if you had the opportunity to cast anyone, who would you cast as Alcide?
Oh my gosh. I think that one of Alan's strong points as a director, producer, and writer is that Alan picks people who weren't that well known and puts them in parts that make them stars. And I think that's what's going to happen with Alcide.
Our next question is, were you originally, for the True Blood series, were you approached by HBO themselves, or did Alan Ball approach you directly?
Alan Ball's agent approached my agent.
Fantastic. And the next thing is, does Alan or HBO, when you do work with the True Blood, do they ever consult with you directly about the series, or is there a method that you and HBO or Alan Ball have to contact each other with questions if you do have any about the series?
Alan really does the series as his vision. The input I got was in picking him to do it when I had other offers, and that's how we proceed. Though he emails me from time to time, I email him. I'm friendly with his assistants too, and with several people at HBO, so we do have a back and forth.
Great. And the next question is, do you know, since you have a little bit of contact with Alan Ball, do you know if he's shooting or attempting to shoot one book per season?
That was the basic plan, but he has also said that eventually the show will take on a life of its own.
Okay, that's really interesting to know. Do you know if your fans will ever get to see you in any of the episodes of True Blood?
Oh, they sure will next weekend. I'm in the closing episode for the season.
Fantastic. And where can we look for you in that episode?
I'm sitting in Merlotte's bar talking to Sam.
Fantastic. Great. The fans will love to know about that. Okay, so do you think the third season will be closer to the third book? And if so, is there anything you look forward to in that?
The third season, we'll see the introduction of the werewolves. And I am looking forward to that very much.
Oh, I bet your fans will be very excited about that. Okay, so our next question is, do you think that the Anna Paquin and Stephen Moyer relationship outside of the True Blood series will affect the True Blood series at all?
No, I think they're both seasoned professionals who have been acting for years, and I think they'll keep it on a professional basis on the set.
Great, thank you. And how do you feel about the liberties that HBO and Alan Ball have taken with the storyline and the characters in the True Blood series?
Alan's got the rights to the characters, and he will do what he wants. That having been said, I have been fascinated with what he's done. It's like a a separate experience, and I think that can be a lot of fun for everyone.
Okay. What do you think about Lafayette and Tara becoming more central characters?
I think that was necessary. Alan explained to me before he started filming that since Sookie could not carry the entire series, other characters would have to be brought forward. And I think it's been very interesting to see the backstory of those characters.
Great, thank you. As far as what are your thoughts about the characters, what are also your thoughts about the plots? Like, for example, the egg in season 2. What are your thoughts on that with the Menad?
I have no idea what that egg is. I'm looking forward to seeing it. When I was on the set, the house was still all messed up. And trashed, and I'm thinking, oh, this looks so bad. I feel so bad for Sookie's grandma.
We thought the same thing. What storyline do you hope that they stay true to in the next season through the series in your books?
Well, Club Dead, which is the third book, was one of my favorite books in the series, and I hope to see a little more of that come through during the season.
Thank you. Have there been any changes in the True Blood series that you might incorporate into one of your books? I know you mentioned that you really like the Jessica character. Do you think in the future you might incorporate them into those?
No, the books are completely separate from the show, and they're going to stay that way.
All right. Now, you mentioned on your website, and this is my final question to you, that Sookie would not become a vampire. Do you know if she's going to end up with a vampire in your final book?
Yes, I know.
And do you want to share that with any of us?
No.
Great. Well, Charlaine, thank you so much for taking the time to interview with us, and we really appreciate that. And we're with Charlaine Harris, and is there anything else you'd like to say?
Oh, thank you for reading my books. I hope you continue to enjoy them.